Hey everybody, welcome on into the Delmarva Sports Insider, your only live and local show dedicated to giving you all local sports. I'm Sports Director Brandon Bossert, and Cole Howard will be with us in just a bit. He's standing by over at the monitor. Thank you for making us part of your weekend. We've got a lot to get into. A local softball player named Gatorade Player of the Year in Delaware. And summer basketball is back. We've got highlights for you, but first, we begin at Purdue Stadium tonight as the Shorebirds currently locked in a 6-game homestand with Down East Wood Ducks, and they are looking to get back in the win column after their 7-1 loss last night. So, Todd, let's cue those highlights. The Birds taking on Down East. And Shorebirds would not start this game in a great way for the fans. 2 ducks on the pond, you could say. And this ball is blasted down east to left center. That's good writing, Cole. 3-run homer. And the Wood Ducks are on the board, but don't count out the Birds just yet. Lining in the box out to center field, Elio Prado coming on in to score. RBI single. The Birds are on the board. Delmarva looking to do some more damage. It's Noelberth Romero. Hits a chopper to second. Wood Ducks scrambling to get the out at first just in time. Run does score. Delmarva takes that 3-2 or trims that lead to 3-2. Catcher Samuel Basayo going to show off the gun and gets that player out at second trying to steal. Great play there, but unfortunately the Wood Ducks would explode for a 7-run 5th inning. And it would that would be too much damage as the Birds would not be able to battle back in this one. They fall on a final score of 14-6. All right, now let's move on to some softball news in Delaware as we saw one of the great softball seasons in recent memory from Delmarva Christian senior Kaylin Yoder. Well, now she has been named the Gatorade Player of the Year in Delaware, and it is very deserving. Yoder led the Royals to the state semifinals in her first season, 16 wins, a 0.71 ERA, 316 punch-outs in just 132 innings pitched. Absolutely dominant all year long, and she was just as great swinging the bat in the box. Batting a cool .508, 5 homers, drove in 19 runs. Yoder is committed to play softball at Liberty University, and they are getting a really good one. Congratulations to Kaylin. Now let's talk about some hoops. We're going to introduce Cole Howard now and go over some of the games we saw earlier this week down in Snow Hill. Cole, there were some fantastic games down there in Snow Hill, and we saw some familiar faces in new places too.
Yeah, we did. And one of them, he caught me off guard, but this was a great. I mean, it was the first night of Summer League basketball in Worcester County, and we were at all 4 games, so I just want to go ahead and jump into it.
Yep.
It was Team Persevere taking on Delmar, and Zakai Smullen, you're going to see him here. I love those jerseys, by the way. You're going to see him with the pass right here. He's going to give it to Jace Hudson, and he's going to dish it to Anthony Dickerson for the easy finish. Delmar, they're going to try to get something going on this next drive, but they're not going to get it underneath. And Jace, he's going to absolutely launch a Hail Mary pass all the way down the court. Zakai with the easy fast break lane.
Bennett need a quarterback?
That was some good stuff. Delmar could not get one thing going in this one as Persevere controlled this game from the opening jump. Zakai Smullen with the beautiful pass to Darian Collins. Yet another fast break bucket as they continue to pick apart Delmar's defense. No joy for the Wildcats today in this one as Team Persevere throttles them in a final score of 69-33.
Yeah, they look really good, Bennett does. They seem to have that 3-headed monster over there at the shipyard between Zakai Smullen, Jace Hudson, and Darian Collins. A lot of great passing out there, great athleticism. They will surely be one of the top contenders for that Bayside South crown this year. One thing about Bennett, though, is do they have the bench depth to compete with some of the other top teams in the Bayside South?
Indeed, but now we're going to be moving along to Aaron's, and as they were taking on Pocomoke, Kings of Y High. Kings to Kai Hugie. See him from Delmar. He is now playing for the Tribe. You're going to see him persistent on the glass as he gets that put back board. And it was just a great game for him starting off. But you're going to see here right here is Aaron's Keandre Nixon. He's taking matters into his own hands, attacking right, absorbing contact with a smooth finish at the rack. But as the saying goes, anything you can do, I can do better. Says Kings Jocelyn Prusin. I hope I said that right, with the crafty right-handed finish, keeping things neck and neck.
I think you got it, Cole.
We said it was a grit and grind kind of night, and it was showed for the players of Y High coming up with a steal at half court. pushing it up to see the Nixon for the easy 2, and he gets the and 1 on that one, but Y High falls in this one in a final score of 36-34.
Yeah, that kid DeAndre Nixon, he's one of the most underrated players in the Bayside South, I would say. We've seen him with Pocomoke the last couple of years, putting up some good scoring numbers. Can he take that next step and be that leader for Pocomoke and push them to the next level in the 1A this year? We're going to see, but this was a good win for Pocomoke in that Aaron squad.
Definitely. Great show out for him. Next game up is Green Turtle repping Decatur against Changing the Culture, who represents those Washington High Jaguars. Kareem Bolden, you might know him, suiting up for Green Turtle, throws the cross-court outlet. Yeah.
We're going to talk about him a little bit.
And you're going to see it right here with the beautiful dunk. You're going to be seeing a lot more of that in the Bayside,
You're going to see
guys.
a lot of that in the Bayside this year.
He throws down a lot of dunks in the Henlopen last year. He'll be doing it this year. A quick preview of what's to come for the Seahawks next season. I'm so excited to watch it. The guard's not selfish either. He gives the fast break dunk up for the opportunity for his teammate. Green Turtle was just pouring it on in this one as they dominated Changing the Culture.
Yeah, and Decatur is going to be a problem this year.
Fab 5.
They have a Fab 6, you could say. Bryson Coleman, Jaden Hudson, David Chandler, Tribe Wise. That was their big 4 last year, but you're telling me that they're adding Kareem Bolden to this squad?
One of the best point guards in Delaware.
Kareem Bolden is a freakish athlete. We saw it with Seaford last year. Hey, we saw it with the Henlopen. Prepare yourselves in the Bayside because Bolden will be a monster this year with that supporting cast. I think this is a better team than Seaford had last year. And we
100%.
thought that Seaford was one of the top teams in Delaware last year. I think that Decatur not only has Bayside championship aspirations, they've got state championship aspirations in the 3A this year.
Exact thought I had when I watched them play. I went, you have someone like him on your team, that's a state
They're
championship
going to be a lot
team.
of fun to watch this year.
Great game. And I'm happy he's in the Bayside. It's going to be fun times.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to this last highlight. Brandon's junk removal representing Snow Hill, getting things going early on.
It was going on against Salisbury School as Tyler Ball knocks down that triple, but it wasn't just his offense that got things going in this one. He picks the pass off right here. Ball doing it on both ends, intercepting it, and he gets that nice lay-in right there on the crossover and takes it straight to the rack, making it look too easy. The kids from Snow Hill continue to pour it on all game long, walking away with the win over Loyalty and just taking down the players of Mardella.
All right, so great job with those games, Cole, on Monday. 4 different games to cover. We got them all. First week of Bayside summer hoop season. This is the best part about summer right here. We get to see what it's going to look like potentially come this winter with all of these teams. What stood out to you in week 1 this week?
Honestly, the 2 things that stood out to me, I know we talked about it a little bit, was Bennett. Bennett stood out to me because they're scary good from last year, and all those players are coming back. I mean, they really didn't lose anyone.
They were a young squad last year.
And they're explosive. I mean, they're explosive on both ends of the ball. Their offense is incredibly fast-paced. The duo of Jace Hudson and Zakai Smullen were all over the place. They were so good, and that shouldn't be a shock to most people. If you've watched our highlights, you know they're all over the place. But that's what stood out to me. But the second thing that stood out is the team I can't wait to see them go up against, which is Decatur.
Yeah.
That is going to be a fun time.
I don't know if Bennett can match up with Bryson Coleman down low. 6'5" down low. I don't know if Bennett has the big to match up with him.
That's the thing. It's like you said, they have the great guards, but it's their game down low in the post. That's what they don't have. And you got that with Decatur. I think that's where they're going to win that match.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun to watch this year between Bennett and Decatur. And you realize we haven't talked much about Y High.
No.
They lost a lot of players from last year's squad, the 5-time defending Bayside champions. I think that we're going to see a different Bayside champion this year. It's going to be interesting to see what Butch Waller can do with his squad this year and who really steps up for them. I noticed that the top 5 for Y High scored. Didn't see much bench presence. We saw that with Y High last year. They were able to win the conference championship. They had a fellow named Antoine Wilson last year as well who helped them to that Bayside championship. But they do have Takai Hughie, who is an athlete from Delmarva. We saw him in those highlights earlier. Yeah. He's going to be a good player for Y High this year. Don't think they have that superstar talent of last year, though.
It's hard to replace Malik Leatherberry and Antoine, Jalen DeShiel Andrews, Jaden Handy. I mean, the list goes on.
They've had a lot of great athletes in recent years. And like Butch Waller says, they're a public school. They take whatever walks in the door. It might be a down year, but you know what? Butch Waller's going to do the most he can with that squad. All right, thanks a lot, Cole.
Thank you.
That'll do it for the A block. We're calling our first time out, but when we return, one of the best field hockey players from the shore in recent memory, overcoming yet another obstacle to play Division I. Delmarva Sports Insider returns right after this.
I'm Warren White, head girls basketball coach at Parkside High School, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.